So we got one of our sisters that posted a video about nursing homes and how black men are starting to come into the nursing homes at an earlier age. Let's roll that.
So I was talking to one of my girlfriends who's actually, she owns a senior home, and because I really want to open one, so me and her always talking back and forth about little stuff. And she was saying that the population in one of her nursing homes in New York, I think she was like, it's men between the ages of 47 to like 58, and some like what you said in the comments. And I was like, I wonder why. She said a lot of them never took care of their kids, so they end up getting real sick, stroke, heart attacks, or whatever, and they can't function, so they had to go to nursing homes because they didn't do right.
Let me stop right there. This is why you need to be a good father and treat your kids right. It doesn't even matter if you got a crazy baby mama. There's laws, to fight against her. There's lawyers that can help assist you in fighting her. Is no excuse for you not to have a relationship with your children. And she's right. Those children is going to be the one that's going to have to look after you if something happens to you. If you have no relationship with your son, no relationship with your daughter or daughters or sons or whatever, and listen, we're not impervious. Today you may feel like, oh, you feel like 1,000%, but something could happen to you. Now, let me continue this because she's going to bring up some other points.
They wanted, and my mom had sent me this story of this man. My mom always sending me TikToks. So I don't know if nobody else, but I got some people that, y'all, I be up in the middle of the night with the cover over me looking at all the TikToks they be sending me. Well, my mama sent me this TikTok of this man saying, I never thought I was going to be sick. I'm just 45 and I'm sick. And, I've been a player my whole life, so I ain't never think I needed a wife to take care of me. And that's how a lot of them think. A lot of them feel that they're supposed to be players, and, they don't think about who's going to take care of me if I get sick. Or even when I go to the VA with my husband.
Let me stop right there. So that is another good point. You can't just be hot dicking all your life, bro. You can't. Okay, you got your time for that. I get it. Listen, I get it. I'll say, look, in your 20s, as long as you wrap it up, of course, be safe and all of that. But even if you meet somebody, right? Because I'm a believer, and that what I believe in is that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. I believe in that. That's the way I was raised. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, these women in America. Listen, there's no excuse about women in America, because you can get you a passport, my brother, and you can go to other countries where women are still being raised in a traditional setting. You must be a traditional man, though, if you show up in those settings. Like, they expect you to provide. They expect you to have a household. They expect you to take care of the kids if you have them. They expect you to put food on the table. If you really want a traditional woman, you need to be the provider like a traditional man is supposed to be. But let's say you are that guy. There are plenty of women you can go holler at in the African continent. They got women in Latin America that you want to holler at or whatever. Some of the brothers, I'm just saying what I see online. Some of the brothers are going to Thailand and the Philippines. That's like two places a lot of brothers are going. Now, I saw this one video of this brother that did have a stroke, and he lost really mobility on his left side. He got a Filipino wife, but she got to be taking care of him. And he said sometimes he feel bad about, that, because the brother, he admitted he wasn't taking care of himself at all. Every man needs to settle his behind down. You know what I'm saying? You in your 40s, you still out there, chasing women in your 40s. Really, bro? I mean, by that time, you should already have your wife. You should be settled down, have some children. I'm not telling you to get no ready-made family. That's not what I'm telling you to do. You can get you a woman to have no children and make your own family. And the reason why I'm a big promoter for a lot of straight-laced brothers to go overseas, so I see it all the time, especially in the African continent. I was in South Africa recently, and, I saw how, the traditions are and things over there. Those women are ready. If you brothers are straight-laced and willing to provide and be a man, the sisters in South Africa are ready for you. The sisters in Ethiopia ready. If you're willing to provide and do what you're supposed to do. The sisters in Kenya ready. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you want to go, it's your business. I'm just saying the places that I have traveled so far. But you need to get you a wife, brother, because anything can happen to you. There was one time, like say, well, I had went to the hospital, and if my wife wasn't there, nobody could have went back there with me. And it was a good thing to have my wife there, to be there to support me, make sure things are going on, make sure she was standing up for me and things like that. You brothers, some of you not thinking. You thinking all this just look, it's more to life than that, bro. Way more to life than that.
Husband, it's a lot of young guys there by themselves. Like, even when my husband was in the hospital, they thought it was odd that I wanted to stay at the hospital and wouldn't leave him. They were like, you can go home. No, I'm not. Who did you think you talking to, Shirley? I ain't going home. He got a wife and I'm staying beside him because I don't trust y'all. Baby, when I tell you I gave the VAHE double hockey stickies over my man, I ain't going nowhere, because even one of the nurses was like, we're just not used to young black men having a spouse that stays. She was like, no harm, we're just not used to seeing it. Well, get used every time you see that name, boo. To the point, every time my husband has a doctor's appointment, they be like, do I need to call your wife and let her know this information? Is it okay? Yeah, because I'm going to act up about mine. Y'all ain't gonna treat them any kind of way, and they're not used to a lot of these people having somebody that care about them, because a lot of men feel like they don't have to have anybody. They've been toxic, and now they getting older. Y'all know these men, the same ones who went to high school with us are the same ones that's toxic and still ain't got nobody. They just older now, and it's outdated. And yeah, see, this one gonna be healed and whole.
Now, see, that's a good woman right there. She not only is there with her man, she's saying, I don't trust y'all. And definitely this medical system is not good for us as black people, for sure. We know this. If you watch my news channel, we've definitely went deeper into that many times. But you need to have a good woman in your life, men. You do. I mean, it gets to a time that you getting older, like say you in your 30s, whatever. You should be okay in your career. It's time for you to settle down, brother. It's time. You know, you got some men out here that's telling you, oh, get you a young woman, get you this, get you that. That young woman is going to be nothing but problems. You're going to have to try to keep up with that young woman, and that young woman may not even want to settle down with your behind at that moment. Get somebody compatible, I would say, but settle down, bro. Settle down. Those of you who are in your 40s, you in your 50s, and some of you trying to chase young women, why? Why would you do that? Doesn't make sense to me. Settle down. Another thing, she talking about strokes. Take care of yourself, brothers. You know, hypertension is one of those things that causes strokes. It's enough we have stress in America as black men, just period, because of all the racism and crap that we got to deal with, the mess in our community, some of the issues with the women as well we have to deal with as black men. So it's a lot of stress put on us. You know, hypertension, high blood pressure, they call it the silent killer. You don't really feel it when your blood pressure's up until you sit up there and have a freaking stroke. Then we're not exercising as brothers as we should. We're not eating right as we should as brothers. And it all plays into that. You can't be eating fried chicken and hog maws and fat back and all the kind of, you know, fast food and all that. No. We need to take care of ourselves, brothers. We need to make sure to go to the doctor, check ourselves out. We need to do that. Because you don't want a stroke where you're paralyzed on one side of your body. You don't want that. Or you have a stroke, you living by yourself with nobody, and then you end up dying from the stroke, not because the stroke itself got you, because nobody got to you in time. Because you're by yourself. You have no wife, you have nothing. You understand? Having a family is a good thing. I'm telling you, as your uncle, family is good. It is a good thing. Family, you know, like I said, nobody's perfect. You know, I'm not perfect. My wife not perfect. My children not perfect. But we are a family. And I wouldn't have it no other way. I love being a husband. I love being a father. I wouldn't trade any of that to be chasing no female. None. I don't have no interest for them like that. They don't impress me like that. I'm happy in my situation. I believe all men, and a lot of brothers do want a family. A lot of them do. It's not all men running around here wanting that. They just probably can't find the right one. And I get that too. That's why I'm a firm believer of get that passport and start traveling. Start traveling. See, there's other ways of living outside of this craziness in America. Because yes, I understand the modern American woman, and I said American. I didn't say color. Because they all do the same thing. They all have the same attitude about cooking and all that. Listen, you ain't got to deal with any of that. You don't have to deal with it if you go see how it is in other countries. Just go see for yourself. And then you come back and tell me what you saw. Once you see how it is in other countries, you're like, you're not trying to date nobody in America. And for sure, you're going to say, man, I'm going to get married overseas because I'm not going to be putting up with all of that. I'm not. And I would say if you do marry someone overseas, just stay over there. Don't bring them back here. If you bring them back here, then the culture of America will rub off on your new wife, and then you're going to be back to square one. So don't do that. Don't make that mistake. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about, this situation here with the sister talking about, men, take care of yourself and find you a family. It's up to you to find a wife. A woman supposed to be finding you. You're supposed to find her.